Hello, conscious breathers and infinite beings alike. Today, we have a special guest, Ray. She's going to come on here and we're going to talk about breath and sound. Another episode of Breath and Sound. Hello, hello, hello. Waiting for our lovely guest to come on here. A beautiful sister that I have worked with. She's been a client of mine. I'm waiting for her to pop on. How's everyone doing today? There she is. Okay, Ray, send a request. Your request. There we go. Hello, sister.
Hello. How are you?
How are you? I'm digging the pyramid.
Thank you. Thank you. Can't live without it. Listen.
How has it impacted your sound healing?
You know what? It's impacted my life significantly because I sleep under a pyramid every night, and my dream life expanded tremendously after I started sleeping under the pyramid. So the sound healing, I think that I can't specifically say how it has changed it, just because the sound healing has always been amazing. And so I just, I can't speak on the pyramid and sound healing, but I know that there is a tremendous amount of power with being underneath a structure like this.
Mm.
Absolutely.
So how long have you been doing the sound healing? I noticed also you're one of the few people that you also like to do it in nature. I noticed you've been doing that a lot more, and you may get a good following on that. Tell me about that.
I really love it, and I'm looking forward to expanding on my adventures in nature, just because I'm a nature person. I love being outdoors. I haven't had a chance to really camp or to hike for long periods of time, but I look forward to doing that in the future. And I want to integrate my sound healing with that, and that's kind of what you've been seeing a preview of. It's just I want to go to really beautiful places, specifically waterfalls. I'm like really big on waterfalls, and when you go into nature, it's so weird because when you start playing the sounds, you hear nature around you react to it, like the birds, everything. It starts to all work together. And I'm looking forward to that. I love to go out into nature and pay homage to the animals in the area, the spirits in the area, any energies that may need cleansing in the area. And I think there is something beautiful about healing the world through sound, whether it's a person or whether you're just out and just sending that frequency out into the world. It's just, a real beautiful thing to do.
Really energetic and powerful, especially when you're doing it next to the waterfall. Water has memory, and you doing the sound bowl healing, send it into the water, and the water will precipitate into the clouds, and then start spreading the energy. It's a beautiful thing to be a part of.
Yeah, just to like you just said, recycling that energy. When we put that into the water and it's carried somewhere, that is infinite. That energy will remain in that water forever, whether it's transmuted into something else. And, someone in the future may drink that energy that I put into the water and it may heal them in some way, shape, or form. I truly believe that. Even when I'm playing and being a Reiki healer, when I'm playing the sounds and I'm holding these mallets, I'm imagining that universal life force energy coming down into my hands through the mallets, into the bowls and out. And so I feel like it actually adds additional energy to the sounds that are going into someone's body. So yeah, sound has been really amazing. So I think it's been about 2 years, and I didn't buy the bowls to play for anyone. I had no intention whatsoever to be a sound healer. Just even with Reiki healing, I had no intention whatsoever to heal other people. I just learned these things for myself. I bought the bowls specifically for myself. And I always tell people, you know, I'm a cancer survivor. And so I was living in a state of fear all the
Mm.
time. For years and years, I was in a state of fear that, oh, my cancer is going to come back. So I just started to pick up all of these different practices that I could add to my life for my well-being. And the sound bowls was just something else that I found that could keep me in a balanced state and that would heal my energy. And so I started playing for myself. And then one night I had some friends over and I played for them. And it just, that's kind of where it started from, you know, because I saw that how the effect that it had on other people. And I just, you know, I wanted to share that. I wanted to share that love, that joy, that peace, that healing that we get through sound. And, you know, a lot of people don't really connect the importance of sound with our health. But we listen to, you know, when we get in a certain emotional state, what do? We turn on a song, whether it's a love song, whether it's a hate song, and you're mad and you're angry and you just want to rock, or you go into the gym and you want to pump that iron. You know, what type of music do you want to listen to? We don't make that connection, but there's just something about these sacred sound. Like, it's just, you know, there's just something about that. Just such a great peace that we can find just by receiving and allowing that to flow through us.
Beautiful. And what are some things you have seen in terms of people releasing trauma? And also, do you integrate some of the breath work we've done? Have you integrated that as well into
Absolutely.
the sound?
Absolutely.
Tell me about that.
Yes, I always tell people to stay with your breath, work with your breath. It's really important when you're receiving the sounds to work with the breath to help that energy come out of you. You know, with each breath, you want to pull in light. With each exhale, you want to release any darkness, anything that's holding you down, weighing you down, any hurt, any pain, any trauma. But I will say this, and I'm sure any other sound practitioner would say the same thing. People usually cry, you know, people release. You don't even know why. It's just coming out of you. You know, and it's such a beautiful thing. And that was actually my first experience with sound healing. I had played for like probably 2 years before I went to an actual sound healing. I went and received it myself, and I was crying like a baby. Like I couldn't even control it, you know. And I was in a room with a group of other people, didn't know any of them, didn't know the sound practitioner, and you know, just laying there. It was so beautiful, just what I could see internally, the lights, the colors, and the feeling that I got, and the emotion that just rose out of me. And you know, I just love it. I really do. It's changed my life significantly. And it's such a joy to be able to share the experience with others.
Beautiful. And I can't wait to have you over here in 12.
Yeah.
We have like 10 to 12 sound bowl healers all at once. Can you imagine?
No.
Just all at once?
I can't. When you posted that, I was immediately like, okay, I'm going. Like, I just knew I think I inboxed you immediately after you posted that. I just knew I just imagined that in my mind, like, you know, a group of people. And I have envisioned that in my head before, to be honest. I wanted to experience something like that. And who knew that you would create an opportunity for me to do that. And as you know, or I don't know if you do remember, but I'm in Tennessee. And so I immediately was like, so how am I going to get these? Because, you know, they're very delicate. I have several bowls just going to events to play, unloading my equipment. And so I was like, how am I going to get to Miami? I'm driving down there. I've never driven that far. I think my longest drive is about 8 hours, because I can't put them on a flight and expect them to not be broken when I get to Miami.
You can.
Tell me how.
You would tightly stack them. You would really tightly stack them with cushions.
Yeah.
That's one thing, but.
And that's how I travel with them when I pack them up to go somewhere. I insulate them significantly, but it's like you know, on flights how they do your luggage. Yeah. And so I thought about doing that. I thought about doing like a fragile sticker. I know you can get that at the airport.
Mm.
but they make you sign a waiver that, hey, if it gets broken, it's broke. But
Yeah.
right now I'm planning to drive, but that may change. But I also love being on the road, and I thought, oh, it would be a really cool opportunity for me to get in a long drive.
How long of a drive is it's going to be?
It's probably about 11 and a half hours.
Oh, that's not too
Like
bad.
11 and a half, 12 hours. Yeah,
Yeah, that's,
I mean, I've driven eight and a half hours before, so it's not that big of a difference, but
yeah,
it will
not
be
too
my
bad.
longest drive. So
Oh, can't wait to have you over here.
I
Can't
got my
wait to
room
have you.
reserved. I will be there on the 27th. I will be there. I'm super excited about it. So
Nice.
can you tell me how has sound changed your life in any way? Because I
Ooh.
know you have a ton of practices and things that you've been doing for a long time, but when were you introduced to sound healing?
My friend was getting certified into level 1, then level 2, and so at the time I was on mostly liquids. That was the time I was like 80% liquids about 2 years ago, and that's when I was really getting into it, and doing breath work while he was just practicing with the sounds and different things. I've noticed like it really reminded me heavily of there was a point in my life where I would wake up at the same spot, same position every day, waking up, and I would literally say, "Today is going to be a great day."
Okay.
And there was one instance where I would wake up, it would be I was about to say the words, and I could feel a bubble right in the air, right above me before I could even speak it. And I could feel how that bubble of energy, that frequency of energy, attached to the the thought process I was thinking in terms of about to say, oh, today's going to be a great day. And I was just in awe a little bit, just being still. And I was like, oh, so that's what that is. And then going back into the sound, when he was playing it, it really brought me to that same pattern, especially doing the breath work, because we're also carbonated beings, and copper itself, and sound wise in itself, literally penetrates the body like no other in terms of frequency.
Yes.
And I could literally feel as soon as he went deeper and deeper and deeper, and I was upright doing breath work, getting into the practice, and I could feel just like a wave of energy just beaming into my body. The deeper I was breathing, and the more I could hear the sound of my breath as well. And then it would get silent to the point where I went what I call the God breath. I would just really inhale at a certain point, and there'd be a pitch on the inhale, and it would just harmonize so smoothly with the sound. So even when we do this event, and I'm going to have a microphone too, you can hear how deep I'm going to be breathing and creating that sound effect as well, and how it just resonates so well with the sound. And that's, we're vibratory beings at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
And it just makes so much sense. And I always have this theory that one day they're just going to create a pod where they turn a certain frequency and dial, you go in there, it just heals cancer like that. Well, technically they already have, but
yeah, I thought I saw something like that recently. It was really interesting. I'll have to find it and send it to you. I want you to let me know what you think about it.
Ooh, okay.
It was
Yeah.
literally a pod, and you would get in it, and it would know what minerals you need, and it would create yeah, but I can't really explain it because I watched it once and I didn't understand it completely. But yeah, absolutely. I definitely see that in the future.
Wow.
Sure.
Yeah, because I knew that was definitely coming. I met this woman who is invested in the cannabis industry, and she's invested in a certain sect of it where they're taking certain parts of the cannabis and frequency and utilizing it for medicinal purposes at certain frequencies and range within the cannabis, because we're cannabinoid system itself, and they're replicating what they do with the cannabis to the human body. So I was saying to myself, well, that's another confirmation. I love how confirmations just come to you fluidly whenever you're on the path. It's really interesting in terms of law of attraction.
Yes.
And it's just more confirmation how sound itself is so powerful. And we don't acknowledge the stress factor when it comes to sound. You know, when we hear cars, when we hear people yelling, you know, that all gets penetrated in the body. And sound therapy itself is very crucial to have in your practice.
Yes, I think it's really beautiful, as well. It's just how the bowls, they actually tell you what the person needs when you're playing it for them. And I always try to tell people, okay, do you hear how that frequency changed when I moved it to this spot versus in this spot, you know? And then they may say, yeah, you know, I've been having a lot of issues in that area, whether it be the heart chakra. Yeah, you know, I've been feeling really blocked in my sacral chakra. But you know, sound is everything. It really is, you know. That's where we came from, literally. Like, you know. And so I'm super excited about this. I am so excited. Thank you for creating this event for us to all enjoy. I think I might end up wanting to lay on the mat and breathe with you guys. But yeah, I just imagine it's going to be a super beautiful experience.
Yeah, and the conductor is a one-of-a-kind guy, and I can't wait for you guys to also meet him. I'm gonna meet up with him on the 2nd, and then we're gonna really ground what we want to really do. But it's gonna be 1 hour of alchemy, some alchemy breathwork to get everyone going. The bowls will still be playing, yes, and then towards the end, it's just gonna be bowls only. Maybe I'm thinking of just still having the microphone, and you hear how I'm gonna be breathing in really deep, because we have found that, just going back into sound, whenever I don't know if you saw the video of where the guy had the EEG machine on his brain, and I told him to be quiet, and then he would just hear me speak, and we found that alpha waves really rises up in frequency.
Wow.
So just by you hearing me breathe, and the intention behind it, of course, is also powerful. And just by you hearing that also elevates everyone's frequency. It's like, especially everyone in the room will be breathing a certain way, and just you hearing each other's breath, especially only with the nose. And the nose will even have a certain whistle, depending on how deep people want to go at that time. When we get into that segment, it's going to create such a nice, powerful resonance in that closed environment.
I can totally see that. And I'll even say, you know, what you just said about people hearing you. I go back to a lot of the videos in the Alchemy Breathwork group a lot of times, and I do those sessions with you versus doing it by myself, because there's just a lot of power when, you know, there's someone else, and you can hear and feel, you know, that someone else doing that breath as well. And so I can definitely see that making a huge difference. Yes, just the sound of that. Absolutely. And I'm not even looking at the video, but I'm just listening to you and
to the breath, right?
Yes, absolutely. Love it.
All right, I see you have your bowls around you. You want to get into like a mini session?
Sure, why not? Let me see. I don't have all of my mallets here. Give me just one moment.
Yeah, that's fine. Grand Rising, guys.
I've really been into the heart chakra this week.
Mm.
And maybe that's just because of where I'm at. Or maybe that's just what the world needs, is more love, more kindness. Doing things from the heart space.
So if everyone is relaxed, get relaxed if you're not relaxed already. Put your hand on the heart. And we're going to do some threes. Just have your hand on your heart still. No mudras. Just have your hand out for receiving. Relax. Relax your shoulders. Eyes gazing. Tongue on the roof of the mouth. And we're going to inhale 3. Exhale 3. Continuously for a while. And just dive in deep into the sound. And go softer with the breath as well. All right? There you go.
was lovely. We should do this again.
Yeah, I'm always up for it. Yeah, even while you're down here, maybe we can film something. Ooh, especially with the two pyramids.
Absolutely. Why not? Let's do it. For
Yeah,
sure.
especially on the beach, nice weather. Maybe with the sunrise. If you have
Yes.
if you
Yes.
have a day or two available afterwards, I'll be definitely up for it.
Okay. Let's do that for sure.
Yeah.
Yes. Down. Okay.
All right. Any questions, guys, before we get off of here? Someone was like, I just woke up back to this realm.
I love it. I love it. I'm so looking forward to this experience.
Beautiful.
Thank you
Same.
for having me today.
November 22nd, guys. Be on the lookout. I'll release a flyer and the Eventbrite very soon. So be on the lookout for that. And I thank you all for sharing the breath. Thank you, Ray.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Have a wonderful day, guys. Peace.